Before we get started, I'd like to make a very special announcement. To celebrate 15 years of Anime America and my 10-year wedding anniversary, Tsumi and I have decided to fly to Japan for a trip of a lifetime. We'll be visiting Tokyo, Kobe, Hiroshima, Kagoshima, and Jeju Island in South Korea. We'll have just enough to pay for the trip and try to save up for other expenses. But if you would like to contribute to the trip and be featured in our Japan travel vlog, you can check out our Teespring store, YouTube membership, Patreon, Cameo, and even PayPal. All proceeds will be put aside for the trip and will feature your name in the video as our way of saying thank you for making this journey even more special. This is the trip I have always dreamed of having ever since I was a kid, and it's finally coming true. If you'd like to help us out with this journey, links are in the description box down below. Alright, I'll review Stone Ocean already, jeez! Yada yada. Ever since part 1 of Stone Ocean dropped on Netflix, y'all have been asking me to review it immediately. Look, it's not my fault Netflix decided to break Stone Ocean up into 3 different parts, let alone make the fans wait about a year for all 38 episodes to be uploaded on Netflix. Seriously, the JoJo fans were burnt out after it took over 9 months for part 2 to come out. Good on Netflix. I know, I need to do my job. I reviewed the first 5 arcs, so why not review the 6th one, right? I just wanted to wait for all 38 episodes to premiere so I could just marathon it all. And don't get me wrong, I was pretty excited to see what JoJo Number 6 could bring us, which happens to be Jotaro's daughter. Oh, we have ourselves a female JoJo, nice! Well, with how over-the-top, insane, and bizarre the show can be, let's see where the 6th arc will take us in JoJo's bizarre adventure, Stone Ocean. Set 10 years after Golden Wind and taking place in the state of Florida. Oh, well that can't be good. Our 6th JoJo, Jolyne Cujoh, is sentenced to 15 years in prison after being framed for vehicular manslaughter. Before her sentencing, her lawyer gives her some items like some fresh clothes and a mysterious locket given to her from her father, Jotaro. The locket has a lovely photo of her parents and oh, Daddy decided to give you a stand, huh? Well, have fun with that, sweetie. Enjoy the trauma! She is sent to one of the strictest prisons in the state of Florida, Green Dolphin Street Prison. From there, she discovers her stand and calls it Stone Ocean. Later on, she discovers through her father that her imprisonment is a bigger setup than she could have ever anticipated. Her boyfriend, judge, and lawyer were paid and influenced to send Jolyne to prison in order for a certain someone to learn Jotaro straight to her. Before I can explain why, we should meet our villain in this arc, Enrico Pucci, a priest working for the prison who wants to get a hold of Jotaro's memories in order to fulfill the ultimate plan crafted by, you freaking guessed it,
Guess who's back again.
You are never gonna leave the Joestar family alone, are ya? Okay, so technically he's not back. This is just a major plan that he crafted and it's finally being carried out even after he's dead. And it's being carried out by one of the biggest simps in all of JoJo history. Like seriously, I thought Vanilla Ice was the Dio Simp, but no, it's actually Pucci. Anyways, Pucci is using the prison and Jotaro's memories in order to fulfill Dio's ultimate plan to achieve heaven. Alright then, I'm not questioning this. Even though Jolyne could easily escape, she decides to stay in order to find her father's memory and stand and figure out who's doing all of this insanity and why. Helping her along the way are her prison inmate companions. Aramis Costello, using the kiss stand to make stickers that can duplicate anything it touches while causing damage when the sticker is removed and the 2 objects collide. Emporio, a boy born within the prison, assisting Jolyne the best way he can with his stand burning down the house, which allows him to manifest any object that doesn't exist anymore. Weather Report, a prisoner from the men's ward using a stand carrying the same name that can basically change the weather. Narciso Anastasia, that's his name. Okay, keep in mind they changed a lot of names to avoid copyright as always, so Anasui turned to Anastasia. It's the rumor, the legend, the mystery. No, we're gonna put a stop to that right now. Even though I could really go for some Anastasia karaoke. Anyways, Anastasia is another inmate who uses the stand diver down to fuse with objects or people in order to absorb incoming damage and send it all right back in an offensive attack. Well, that's pretty neat. And finally, Foo Fighters! Would you believe me if I told you that this cute looking girl, look at her, ain't she cute, I adore her, is a walking corpse being controlled by sentient planktons that got their own stand from a disc they found. I'm just gonna give you a moment to process what I just said. I mean, what could I say? Plankton's just moving up in the world. So to put all of this as, basically as possible, a Dio Simp wants to carry out his plans to achieve heaven by stealing Jotaro's memories of him reading Dio's diary, but since stealing both his memories and stand puts Jotaro in a coma, Jolyne does everything she can to get the discs back and save her father. As we've seen throughout the history of JoJo, each series consists of a relatively simple goal with a bajillion obstacles getting in the way. Each arc will have its own themes, gimmicks, charms, and memes, making the adventure unforgettable in their own right. Phantom Blood started us off at the very beginning and introduced us to one of the most evil villains in all of anime. Battle Tendency gave us overly dramatic fight scenes with buffed up villains and a snarky JoJo. Stardust Crusaders introduced us to the stands and gave us the best bro journey of a lifetime. Diamond is Unbreakable gave us a simple story with pure-hearted characters and expanded the bigger issues with stands. And Golden Wind gave us an intense adventure with unforgettable characters forming their own familia. Stone Ocean has a vulnerable girl learning how to toughen up in order to save her father while fighting off one of Dio's closest followers. And while that can make an interesting story done right, I found the focus of the story centered more on the intense battles with these really ridiculous stands, rather than developing our characters and giving them good chemistry. All of the other JoJo's formed incredible bonds with their friends and family while also dealing with complex situations, so what was the deal with Stone Ocean? Well, let's analyze the chemistry between Jolyne and her companions. Emporio is like a kid brother looking out for Jolyne and doing what he can to protect her. She looks out for him like she's his older sister and takes him along their adventure. That's not a bad relationship, it's pretty cute. FF was an obstacle trying to keep all of the stolen discs for herself, but Jolyne figured out that she was only acting defensive because she didn't want to give up her sentient existence. Soon after Jolyne spares her, FF treats her like a loyal companion and is willing to do whatever it takes to protect her, as it's her way of saying thank you. Aramis is, there. She's just going along with everything, honestly. She befriended Jolyne on their way to Green Dolphin and decided to stay by her side when she got her stand. That's basically it. They just honestly help each other out and stick by each other's side. That's literally it. I don't know, I'm just not getting the BFF vibes between these two compared to all the other close relationships of the past. Weather Report starts off quiet enough and just wanted to help out Jolyne, since he felt like it was the right thing to do. Jolyne took a liking to him, but he was pretty emotionless until he received his memories back. And even then, Jolyne couldn't really be there to see him after he got his memories back. That event alone only opened up a bigger connection between him and Pucci, and not really with Jolyne. That's all I'm saying. As for Anastasia,
if I keep her safe through this, then I plan on making her my bride. That's the condition. The thing is, she might not understand that she was protected earlier because of me. What I desire is to feel her in my embrace again. All I ask from her is to know and embrace how I truly feel.
Sir, calm down. Do I have to get the horny bat? I will get the horny bat if I have to, sir. He just pays attention to how devoted Jolyne is with everything she does and thinks to himself, yes, waifu material, gimme. What doesn't help, though, is Jolyne's reaction, which is, non-existent. I think she got confused once, but she doesn't really react to anything else. Not even to the fact that some random dude that she just met is suddenly in love with her. Like, cool story, bro. Anyways, I mean, yeah, there was that one scene where she punched him for trying to kiss her, but that was more for trying to get him to focus and pay attention to the urgent thing that's happening right now, rather than hitting him for being a pervert, if that makes sense. The biggest relationship in the show, however, is Jolyne's connection to her father, Jotaro. But in order to dive deeper into this relationship, we might as well talk about our JoJo here. Jolyne Cujoh is JoJo Number 6 and is a simple yet relatable lead. Because Jotaro was barely in her life, she did everything she could to make him drop whatever he was doing and come home. From minor misdemeanors to getting arrested, Jolyne wanted her father to come home and acknowledge her, but he never did. He was always busy doing something she could never comprehend until she got into Green Dolphin. By the time she became a teenager, she became extremely vulnerable, wanting love, affection, and approval from everyone around her. This was why she was willing to take her boyfriend's place in prison if it meant she could protect him. So long as he loved her, she would do anything for him. Once Jotaro comes back into the picture to explain why she was falsely accused, she wanted nothing to do with him since she still felt hurt from growing up all her life without him. That is until... Drama! Now that she has her own stand and realizes that her father was involved in something way beyond her comprehension, she continues her story through Stone Ocean, accepting Jotaro for who he is, and does whatever she can to save him. From there, she transforms from a vulnerable child into a resilient woman, growing stronger with every encounter she faces. Which now brings us to our villain of Stone Ocean, Dio Simp, Enrico Pucci. Dio Simp. Comparing Pucci to all the other JoJo villains, he's honestly the darkest and most serious foe. Dio was devilishly evil and cunning. The Pillarmen flexed on everyone and were confident beefy boys. Kira was charming, but twisted and purely insane. And Diavolo was cruel, power-hungry, and flat-out selfish. Pucci, compared to all of them, is more complicated and understandable, but also delusional. He's an innocent priest who met up with Dio and was told about how to achieve heaven. Soon after, created an accident that led to his sister's death, which is putting his entire backstory very, very lightly. His backstory in a nutshell involves incest, the KKK, and he lives in Florida. I can't. Anyways, after that accident, he goes out to find Dio and learns about how to achieve heaven. Dio kept his knowledge and findings in a diary, which gets coincidentally read and destroyed by Jotaro, hence why Pucci needs his memories. Pucci is determined to carry out his final plan by any means necessary, while throwing in a bunch of obstacles and stand users to keep Jolyne away. To kind of spoil his plan without trying to spoil too much, Pucci wants to reset the universe and create a new one.
That escalated quickly.
And in this new universe, it'll give every person on Earth the power of foresight. As in, everyone will automatically know what their futures will hold, and won't go forward in life acting confused or distraught over regrets or anxieties. Why fight it when you know perfectly well what your future holds? Don't get mad when it's your destiny, I guess. And that's why he's delusional. Because of his hardships, trials, and tribulations, he believes he and everyone else will be so much happier living in a world with no trials, tribulations, or hardships. You just know what the future holds and what you're destined to do. That's it. But that's completely unrealistic when you have characters like Jolyne defying the odds and pushing everyone's expectations away. Human will is a factor that he is completely ignoring because he ignorantly believes his vision of the new world will make everyone else in the world happy. Right, you keep thinking that, bro. Just all I'm gonna say. Human will. That's all I'm gonna say, human will. Stone Ocean has interesting characters and concepts. Jolyne is a relatable character, facing off against one of the darkest villains in all of JoJo, but it feels a bit lacking in the chemistry department, which is a major factor that made all of the JoJo arcs memorable. You can't really have a bizarre adventure without strong, believable characters with memorable moments. The main factor, I believe, is the true reason why Stone Ocean feels a bit lacking, in my opinion, is the stands. In past interviews, Araki expressed how he was hitting a creative limit and felt he couldn't top himself with how insane these new abilities were, which is saying a lot when you remember how insane the stands in the past used to be. I mean, look at these new guys. You've got Stringy Star Platinum, Trauma on DVD, Double Mint stickers, The Walking Planktons, Reverse Uno card, Cloudy with a Chance of Frogs, the real Barbie girl. Ew, 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 ew. This whole episode is ew. Stop hurting yourself. No, seriously, please stop hurting yourself. Defying gravity. Wanna bet on it? Hungry haunts materialize. Meteors. Deadly feng shui.
I speak for the trees.
Oh my god, kill him with fire. Kill him with fire. I hate it. Don't touch the baby. Hi, I'm Dory. Fantasyland. Invisible bullshit. Digging up memories bullshit. We suddenly went from raining frogs to, snails. I hate this. Pucci becoming the center of attention and gravity. And last but not least...
I'm a time traveler.
There is no earthly way of knowing.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing.
Wow. Let's do that again. No!
And because JoJo consists of monologuing endlessly to make sure everyone and their grandmothers understands what the hell is going on around here, Stone Ocean as a whole felt more like endless displays of stand madness than actually giving us a full JoJo experience with well-developed characters. Jolyne, Emporio, Pucci, FF, and even Jotaro got some attention and development. I can't really say the same for everyone else. Not to mention, Stone Ocean felt like it didn't really have any special scenes or moments that stood out to the community. Phantom Blood had to be continued and Kono Dioda. Battle Tendency had Flex, and Flex. Stardust Crusaders had Yada Yada Daze and that iconic pose that everyone does at conventions. Diamond is Unbreakable had Kira. Nuff said. Golden Wind had La Familia and... And...
Don't hear you, Tendrian! You trying to start trouble? Take that, Katsune! And one of these!
Need I say more? Maybe it's because Netflix botched up the release schedule, which caused fandom burnout, or perhaps it's due to the darker tone of this arc, but I can't really pull up any memorable moments that I can see myself looking back on or making jokes on. Even if I mention raining frogs, people turning into trees, and the snail apocalypse, they're just obstacles, not memorable moments, if that makes any sense. Also, this season gave us not one, not two, but 3 more sons of Dio frickin' Brando, and it's treated like it's no big deal. It was a huge friggin' deal when Giorno existed, but this show treats them more like obstacles for Jolyne to face that just happen to be Dio's sons. I'm sorry, no, that should be illegal. This is a criminal offense. I'm offended. Jail time. Jolyne and Pucci are memorable characters. That's all I really have to say. And for a show that has incest, the KKK, and 3 sons of Dio Brando, that's saying a lot. Stone Ocean is overwhelming, what can I say? Overall, Stone Ocean's main draw is Jolyne, Pucci, and that ending that blew everyone's minds, but I'm not really gonna spoil it here. I will say as vaguely as possible that the ending really did take me by surprise, but also a sense of relief. The next arc becomes a turning point for the entirety of JoJo, so Stone Ocean, in some sense, is a curtain call for this gigantic adventure. Araki is now free to try something new and create a parallel universe with fresh ideas. I mean, with a stand like Made in Heaven, I really don't want Araki to burst a vein trying to top it. Each arc of JoJo to me gives a splendid balance of memorable characters with remarkable chemistry, ridiculous fight scenes with endless monologuing, and over-the-top animation. In my humble opinion, Stone Ocean was pretty good for what it was, but it just felt lacking in character and chemistry. If I had to rank Stone Ocean compared to all the other arcs, this would sadly be on the bottom for me, even though I really like Jolyne and Pucci. And if you're just gonna comment about Robyn, you should at least put it above Phantom Blood. It was the shortest and probably the most boring compared to all the other arcs. Yeah, nah, Stone Ocean doesn't have Kono Dioda or best waifu in all of anime. Case closed.
I have only admiration for people who help nurture my growth. You are the king of kings.
Simp!
Simp!
I just think Wendy's cool, okay?
It's not like I lay awake at night thinking about her.
You could say we're friends, right?
No.
Acquaintances?
No.
Well, we're both invertebrates, aren't we?
I guess so.
You see, everything works out.
This ain't the first time I've been sent to jail. Previous times I've gotten in trouble for a lot of things. I've done some bad stuff, but this time I've been sent to jail for being too damn good looking.
So even though he looks white, that boy is a black man's son.
Oh, did I just do a racism?
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
What are you doing?
I was just imagining a rope around that beautiful neck.
I know what you're imagining.
Such a clever witch.
Have you ever screamed before?
Yeah, maybe once or twice. Not super often.
If you do it, can you record it next time?
You want me to scream?
Yes.
Something's wrong. That's the look my mom gave me right before she told me that my dad left. Oh God, did my dad leave my mom again? How do you know my mom and dad?
I thought you were dead.
I was.
I don't need water! Water's for quitters! I don't need it! I don't need it!
I need it!
Oh my God, is that really what Florida looks like?
Look, I'm sorry, guys. But to be fair, I don't know if I should say sorry, because from everyone I was talking to about this arc, even they think Stone Ocean just didn't have as big of an impact compared to the other arcs. It's a shame, honestly. I just wanted to see more interaction with these characters. There was great potential, but I wanted more chemistry. But I'll ask you, what did you think of Stone Ocean, and which JoJo arc is your favorite? Leave your answers in the comments down below. My trip to Japan is just around the corner, and I still can't believe it's actually happening. If you would like to contribute to our adventure and be featured in our trip vlog, you can find out how in the description box down below. Special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters for helping me keep this channel alive. Mr. YouTube really isn't doing me any favors with his lovely algorithm, but I can still make whatever videos I want with your help. And of course, I had to thank every single one of you for watching this video. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.